Hey friends, Cinema Recapped here. Today I will explain to you a 2012 Chinese action fantasy movie called The Yin Yang Master. The movie starts with a man quoted King Ming. He's bred from the human and demon race, which makes him half human and half demon. He works as an officer of the Yin Yang Bureau guarding demon spirits and a supernatural artifact named the Scale Stone. One night, there is an attack on the base, and he is alone on the site with all the guards assassinated and his senior, named Shimu, also killed. After being accused, he gives his declarations that he's not the one that kills Shimu. Because he's the only one alive at the guarding site, his statement is not accepted, so the other guard gives orders to arrest him. Differing with the final choice, King Ming uses his technique to escape from the site. The scene then shiftings to 7 years later. There is a group of Yin Yang Bureau soldiers running an errand to deliver some offerings for the festival. On the way, they got raided by a mysterious being. The soldiers get frightened and run away, but their captain, named Boya, charges to attack the mysterious being. After a while, Boya organizes to reveal the identity of the mysterious being. It turns out that the mysterious being is disguised by 3 ferrets utilizing a costume. They then continue to fight, but when they're about to clash, someone casts a spell between them, and it causes a mini explosion. Turns out, King Ming is the ferret's subordinate, and he was the one who cast the spell. He then instantly casts a spell again to Boya, making Boya slip every time he gets up. After that, King Ming calls all of his subordinates to loot the offerings. After they finish the loot, they go back to their hideout. There, they have a good rest for themselves. On one darkness, the black-winged demons infiltrate the Yin Yang Bureau palace. One of the demons casts a spell and controls one of the guards, causing the guard to cause a ruckus inside the subduing cells, where the evil demon is confined. Because of this, the captain that guards the Scale Stone rushes to the site. The demon then continues to carry out their plan. They kill all of the remaining guards that are guarding the Scale Stone. When they're about to leave, the Yin Yang Bureau chief, named Banished, understands that the demons have broken into the place, and then she rushes to the site. She instantly casts a spell to seal the Scale Stone. Unfortunately, one of the demons manages to get the artifact and flies out, and the other demon is trapped inside the seal. After that, the chief chases the demon. The chief instantly shoots an arrow to the demon, and it hits the demon, so he falls down into the forest. Coincidentally, the 3 ferrets are also there, and they instantly take the Scale Stone. Feeling frightened, one of the ferrets swallows the stone, and then they run from the forest. After they get back, they explain to King Ming that one of them swallows the stone without knowing what the stone is. When King Ming checks the ferret, unexpectedly his surroundings turn dark, and the Demon King orders King Ming to resurrect him, because King Ming has his blood running in his veins. King Ming then rushes to lock the ferret with a spell, then instantly goes to the demon realm to get something connected to the Scale Stone. Meanwhile, the black-winged demon goes back to his hideout to report to his superior, the Snow Queen Demon. The Snow Queen Demon then punishes him by freezing him, and then orders her hand demon to execute him. The scene proceeds to Boya. He is being summoned to the court of the guard and given order to find the offerings that he lost. Boya then travels to get information about King Ming. He also meets someone called Shenel, who seems to know King Ming, and she tells Boya that he might find King Ming in the demon realm. She also asks Boya to bring her to find King Ming because she knows how to get to the demon realm. Long story short, they eventually get to the demon realm entrance. Shenla starts to cast a spell to open the entrance, and she organizes to do it. Inside the demon realm, Shenla instantly applies plum leaf water for both of them to get rid human sense off them. After that, they look around the demon realm while waiting for King Ming to show up. After a while, King Ming also arrives in the demon realm. Boya hurries to him, and turns out Shenla is also one of King Ming's subordinates. Then King Ming casts a spell on him again, making Boya's body in King Ming's control. King Ming then goes to the owner of the fighting pits, who knows a lot about artifacts. Both of them are business partners. King Ming then asks for the Tushan sword. Tushan sword is an artifact that overthrown the demon king in the past. Because of this, the Tushan sword is a taboo word in the demon realm. The owner refuses and claims that he doesn't know about the sword's whereabouts. But then King Ming uses his strategies to threaten the owner. The owner then recommends that he will give the sword if King Ming also gives him something. King Ming trades to human lives, which is Boya and Shenla, to the owner. The owner instantly puts Boya to the fighting pit arena for entertainment. Before leaving, King Ming casts a talisman spell and leaves it near the arena. After that, he gets to the sword's location. When he organizes to unseal the sword, unexpectedly the Yin-Yang Bureau officers surround him. King Ming, who already knows this would happen, manages to escape again by using his technique. But unfortunately, the chief is already waiting for him. He then casts an illusion spell, but the chief knows how to dispel it, and she organizes to dispel the illusion. After that, he continues to run. Meanwhile, Boya wars with the red evil demon, which he underestimates. He manages to give several punches to the demon, but surprisingly the demon becomes angry and then transforms to a bigger size of him. This makes the demon have the upper hand. After a while, the demon manages to capture Boya. Unexpectedly, King Ming's talisman activates and goes to the demon, making him slip if he takes another step. Here, Boya coincidentally finds the demon's weak spot. He uses this chance to attack the demon, and the demon turns back to his small version. The audience then throws some weapons for Boya to execute the demon. Boya then takes an axe, but he spares the demon's life. He then climbs up to free Shenla. After that, they get cornered by the demon soldier. But surprisingly, the red evil demon also comes up and enables them to escape. On the other hand, King Ming arrives at the arena, and the sword gets snatched by the chief. He fights back to get the sword, but then the cover explodes and the sword goes straight to Boya's direction, making the demon step back. They then run outside and get surrounded by the demon soldier. King Ming then comes to them, and suddenly the Yin-Yang Bureau officers come out and attack them. King Ming instantly casts a protection spell, but an officer manages to get to his back and attacks him. Unexpectedly, the chief comes to his aid and protects him. Unfortunately, the chief gets bombed by the officers. This makes King Ming very angry, and then he instantly casts a teleportation spell, teleporting them to his hideout. King Ming treats the chief's wand, and he spots a bracelet connected to her. It turns out that the bracelet is a pact between the chief and King Ming in the past. The pact is a sign of the demon that has a master, making the demon can't be turned evil. Because he is half human and half demon, he can be both master and familiar. That is why he has numerous subordinates that are his familiar. After a while, the chief wakes up, and then King Ming explains the real events about Chimu that have happened before. One night, Chimu asks King Ming for himself to cover King Ming's shift to guard the scale stone, and King Ming agrees. After that, King Ming senses the Demon King's aura coming from the scale stone. He instantly rushes to there, only to find out that the guard has been killed and there is Snow Queen Demon with injured Chimu as hostages. The demon then attacks King Ming with her spell. King Ming manages to block the attack, but after that, they disappear. After all that justification, the chief still doesn't trust King Ming. Meanwhile, the ferret has already mutated, and he attacks his surroundings. King Ming understands that the scale stone is within the ferret, so he decides to stab him with Tushan's sword, making the ferret die and turning the ferret to dust. The scale stone is taken by the chief, and she leaves by teleportation spell. The group then gives a ceremony to the ferret that died. King Ming and the rest also have some drinks to reminisce about the ferret. Proceeding to the chief, she teleports to the forest, where the Yin-Yang Bureau officers find her. Not long after, unexpectedly the Snow Queen demon strikes them with a wide-ranged spell, causing many of the officers to freeze. Then the Snow Queen demon strikes the remaining officers that survived with close combat. Ultimately, she manages to kill all the officers except for the chief. When the chief is cornered, King Ming comes and helps the chief from getting killed. The Snow Queen then lures King Ming out of the area, and they fighting each other. Meanwhile, surprisingly, Chimu is still alive and comes to the chief's location out of nowhere. He casts a curse spell to the chief, making the chief pass out, and he then takes the scale stone from the chief. He then fuses with the stone and becomes the new Demon King. On the other hand, King Ming ultimately won the battle. The Snow Queen demon then says her last word, and that's when King Ming understands Chimu is the one who tried to steal the scale stone and made a pact with her. After that, he stabs and kills the Snow Queen demon. After Chimu becomes the Demon King, he goes to the demon realm. There, he casts a spell that causes all the demons in the demon realm to mutate. Later that, Chimu orders all of the demons to attack humans. King Ming's subordinate acts fast. They apply talisman spells to them to avoid the mutation. Then they shifting to the bridge, the only way that connects human world and demon realm. At first, Boya refuses to join them, but then Red Evil Demon begs him to join, and he agrees. King Ming comes to where Chimu is. Chimu then explains that he's the one who freed the Snow Queen demon from the subduing cell, and also the one who endeavors to steal the scale stone. Later that, Chimu and King Ming fought. At first, King Ming is no match against Chimu, but then he gives Chimu a surprise attack, stabbing Chimu right on the chest. Surprisingly, the Tanchu sword has no consequences on Chimu. Chimu then hits King Ming, and he passes out. King Ming's subordinate starts a siege to block the mutated demon soldier. The rat demon attempts to bite the bridge from below to destroy the bridge. One of them also turns into a tree, blocking the only way to pass the bridge. After a while, Boya, Shenla, and the Red Evil Demon fall from the tree and have to fight close combat. But unexpectedly, the demon soldier stops to attack. Turns out Chimu is already there, and he shortly stabs King Ming in front of his subordinates. After that, he drops King Ming off the bridge. The tree demon also turns back to her human form, so they had to fight close combat. But fortunately, half part of the bridge is destroyed by the rat demons, so they instantly try to destroy the other half. Boya, who is in the front line, attacks one of the demons and gets obstructed. The demon counters Boya's attack, but the Red Evil Demon acts fast to carry him, so he's the one getting stabbed right on his chest. The Red Evil Demon then carries the demon and jumps to destroy the bridge. He then says goodbye to Boya as he falls from the bridge. Meanwhile, King Ming meets again with the Demon King in his disappearing moments. There the Demon King shows him the struggles of his subordinate and offers him his power. But he is the one who must become the master. King Ming refuses as he tries to self-destruct himself, so the Demon King's power will also disappear. Because of this, the Demon King changes the offer, and they eventually make a pact together with King Ming becoming the master. Chimu then attempts to pass the bridge by his gigantic hand demon. But unexpectedly, Chimu comes with his new obtained power. The two of them fight again, but now King Ming's the one with the upper hand. The fight goes one-sidedly, and eventually, King Ming stabs through Chimu's chest and takes the scale stone from him. Chimu then disappears into the dust. As he disappears, the spell cast upon the chief also lifts out. The chief then shortly comes to the bridge and asks him to stay with humans. But he refuses. He destroys the scale stone, and then he discharges all the pact he has made with all of his subordinates. He then goes back to the demon realm with all of the demons that withstood. In the final scene, Boya is seen to be a great hero by the civilians. As the cart moves, he talks his hope about the recovery of King Ming, who actually didn't want to release all his pact to become the new Demon King, but he had to. Then Boya meets again with Shenla as they both smile at each additional. And the end. If you are a lover of similar content like this, take a look at my various videos, and if you love it, please burst the like button and make sure you subscribe to the channel and smash the notification horn. Take sight of you in the next video.